Hey, welcome back to the channel. Sorry I hadn't been done a video in a while. You get real kind of busy this time of year. My girl's getting busy with all their goings on, and I get busy with that, and the holidays and everything kind of compounds. And boy, you just don't have time just to do a lot of stuff. So I've been busy and hadn't had time, just a whole lot of time to do any videos. And anyway, I kind of wanted to set the record straight on the last video I did about the XH2S. Just to be clear, I actually absolutely love the XH2S. Absolutely loved it. In fact, when I sent it back to B&H, they said they wasn't going to be. They said they wasn't going to be able to give me a return because of a missing door or something like that. But I wound up getting the return and everything. But when they told me I wasn't going to get the return, I wasn't mad at all. I was like pretty decently excited about getting the camera back, actually. And maybe one of these days down the road, I'll get it in the arsenal again. But for me right now, it just doesn't make a whole lot of sense. I mean, I think that's a camera that you can absolutely replace. Like I have a A7S III, the A7 IV, the ZVE10. You can replace all those cameras with the SH2S. There's no doubt about it. It's like they took an A7 IV and an A7S III, matched them together, and you got a great camera there from Fuji, and I absolutely loved it. But for me right now, it's just not the right camera, because I'd have to sell all my Sony gear, do all that, take a huge cut on that, and that's just not in a place where I am right now financially to take a huge cut on my stuff that I already have just to get the HS2S. So I decided to go and send it back, not because it was a bad camera, just because it didn't make sense for me right now. Anyway, that's just kind of where I am. I want to set the record straight on that, just because I didn't want to get in a few comments of people kind of, I think, taking the video wrong, and I just wanted to set the record straight on that. Definitely a huge fan of the XH2S. So sent it back, and I went out and got the FX30. I'm shooting with it right now, just kind of testing it out for a while. I don't know. It seems to be okay, like all these cameras, they're just kind of getting boring to me personally. Like, you kind of get a new camera in, you're excited, you're excited for a few days, mess around with it, and then after a couple of days, you kind of get this camera set up, you're like, it's just a camera, like, I don't know, I'm kind of getting bored with the reviews and talking about camera gear all the time. For instance, before the last video, I'd written out a whole script, and here it is, of the A7 IV versus the XH2S. And wrote it all out on this, copied it over to my teleprompter, got about halfway through that video and was just absolutely bored to death. And I could tell by the delivery that it was just going to be a video that I wasn't going to be proud of, so I just scratched it all and kind of went off the cuff on that video. But I think it's more of an overall arching feeling that I'm getting with the cameras. I'm just not too excited about them much anymore. They just don't bring me all that much excitement. I want to be out using my cameras and taking pictures and taking videos. Maybe talking about them a little bit, but not as much as I have been recently. They seem like when I'm out using a camera, I'm not really thinking about, well, maybe this camera would be better, or this camera would be better, or this one or that one, or this lens or that lens, and all that stuff. I'm really just focusing on what I'm doing and enjoying what I'm actually shooting. When I get home, get to watching YouTube, don't really have anything lined up to do, I start thinking about, different cameras, and maybe this might work, or maybe that might work, or all this and that. And I don't know, it's just something I want to kind of get away from, gear hopping, In the end, Sony just seems to be the right fit for me, meaning that I can get exactly what I want out of the Sony camera, exactly what I want, without even thinking about it. Like that A7 IV, when I'm out shooting sports or whatever, I have the autofocus buttons and controls set down exactly where I want it, have everything exactly where I want it to get exactly what I need. And I don't have to think about it. And that's kind of where you want to be with a camera. You don't want to be thinking about this or that or whatever. And every time you get a new camera, you have to kind of go through that whole learning process again. So I'm kind of letting you know that maybe and going forward in this future, hopefully, I won't be talking about cameras as much as far as reviews and comparisons and, all that kind of stuff. Uh, Mainly because it just bores me. And hopefully we'll get out and start using this stuff more. That's kind of what I want to do. What that means, I don't know, but I want to get to the point where I'm out using the cameras and doing videos while I'm out using stuff. Because that's kind of more fun to me. It's more fun than, writing a script out and putting it in a teleprompter. Man, it's just so boring. It's so boring. Anyway, kind of a long ramble rant. Thanks for watching, and we'll see you on the next one.